I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Hey, what's up guys, this is Nine, and in case you were not aware, this past weekend the first Major League Gaming event for Call of Duty Ghosts took place in Columbus, Ohio. Now, I know these kinds of events are not for everybody. Personally, I find them to be pretty cool, but some of you may think, video games shouldn't be played competitively, they should just be for fun. But regardless of how you feel about competitive Call of Duty or competitive video games in general, I think anybody who plays Call of Duty at all would appreciate knowing what weapons the best Call of Duty players in the world choose to use at these types of competitive events. So I've spent quite a while compiling, the information for this video. I hope you guys will appreciate it. I think, this should appeal to a broad audience rather than just people who are infatuated with competitive Call of Duty. Like, even if you don't care about it is what I'm trying to say. Hopefully this will be still interesting to you. So if you're unfamiliar with this kind of event, it's basically dedicated professional Call of Duty players who fly out and go head to head to compete for, in this case, $20,000 and for the MLG Pro Circuit trophy. You can either attend this event live as a spectator, or you can watch from home on the MLG live stream from their website. And the live stream's done very professionally. It's always really nice. They have really great commentators or shoutcasters, and it's comparable to a pro sporting event. It's very similar. They really do everything very professionally. So I would identify myself as a sniper, and I know a lot of my viewers would too, since I primarily post sniper content, so I assume a lot of you guys watching this also are snipers. So naturally, at these kinds of events, I'm hopeful for a team that's known for their sniping to do well, like Optic or FaZe. But this time, the team that took the top place was Complexity, so they won the $20,000 and the trophy, and Complexity was followed by a team called Team Caliber, who came in second place. And I actually met the owner of this team, Chaos Silencer, this past summer, and he gave me like a I support Team Caliber little bracelet thing. He was handing them out, so that's pretty cool. And that was in Black Ops 2, by the way. And a team called Unite Gaming placed third, and they actually won at the event that I just mentioned I went to, and I met the owner of Team Caliber. But anyways, so now I'm going to get into talking about the most popular weapons at this event, which is the purpose of this video. But before I do that, can I just ask you to consider leaving a like on this video? It only takes 2 seconds, it helps me out tremendously, and I really appreciate it. I really spent quite a while compiling all the information for this video, trying to make everything as informative as possible, and I think hopefully you'll appreciate how in depth I go to some of these things. I'm really going to try to explain why some weapons are used over others, so you guys can really understand, why the pros choose to use what weapons. So one thing to consider when you're listening to me talk about the most popular guns at MLG Columbus is that the MSBS assault rifle, as well as all marksman rifles, are restricted according to the MLG rule set. So if you're looking for the most overpowered weapon in Call of Duty Ghosts, the MSBS would probably be the gun for you. But this video is about the most popular weapons in MLG Columbus, so based on the MLG rule set. So this is just a heads up. I'm going to be ignoring the existence of the MSBS pretty much, and going from there. And of course, the marksman rifles are banned as well. I'm not too sure where that decision came from, because every time I try a marksman rifle, I don't do very well with it. But I don't know the full story about that. But anyways, so let's just answer the question. What were the most popular guns this past weekend at MLG Columbus? Let's get right into it right now. So I'm going to quickly list off what I observed to be the most popular weapons at MLG Columbus, and then I'm going to go more in detail as to why those were actually so popular and why the pros tend to favor certain weapons over other weapons that you might have thought they would have liked, but actually it turns out they're not so great for competitive play. So the most popular weapon by far was the Mtar. It's the weapon you're seeing me using right here. I just got this gameplay to demonstrate how good it is. Basically, it's an SMG that has a lot of properties similar to an assault rifle, and it can actually compete really well with assault rifles at longer ranges. As you can see, that guy just got destroyed at quite a decent range there, and this is an SMG, so it outperforms all the SMGs by far at doing longer ranges. So coming up next after the Mtar, it was the Remington, the R5 Remington, which is an assault rifle, and that might come as a little bit of a surprise to you, because In public matches, the Remington isn't that popular, but I'll go more in detail into that in a minute. So the number 3 most popular weapon that I observed was the SC-2010, which again is an assault rifle. And then after that, I saw a little bit of the Bison SMG, which it wasn't that popular because it's really a close range kind of weapon, and there's different situations where it can come in handy, but for the most part, it was usually better to just use an Mtar. So the Bison made an appearance every once in a while, but in the SMG category, really, it was dominated by the Mtar. And after that, I saw an LSAT just once or twice. Basically, the reason the LSAT was used was for those extreme long-range shots as an alternative to like a sniper rifle. So playing a very supportive role, staying back quite a bit, and you know, picking people off at a long distance. And I noticed when people did use an LSAT or any kind of gun like that, playing a long distance, kind of trying to get into long distance engagements, they were always using a thermal sight. So if a sniper ever got pulled out, that's the next thing I wanted to mention. Actually, the most popular sniper was the L11 because it has the highest damage. Anytime an L11 was pulled out, it always had a thermal scope on it, and it was always hard scoping, obviously, because quick scoping is a bit inconsistent when you're playing with like $20,000 on the line. And the USR was second most popular sniper rifle, I guess you could say, but really sniper rifles don't really end up being useful very often in competitive play. Like every once in a while, depending on the map and the game mode, every once in a while you'll see a sniper rifle get pulled out, or sometimes as an alternative it'll be the LSAT. But yeah, so anyways, those are what I saw to be the most popular weapons. So now let's go more in detail into why those weapons are favored by pro players. So keep in mind for competitive play that teams are made up of 4 players each. Everybody is playing different roles, so some roles, like the player who is always playing the objective, an SMG is probably more practical, whereas for a supportive role, maybe an assault rifle, or you know, depending on the map and the situation, maybe a sniper rifle or even an LMG would be better. So I want to start this off actually by comparing the AK-12 assault rifle, which I didn't mention here, and the R5 Remington. So the R5 Remington was the second most popular gun as far as I saw, second to the Mtar, which is an SMG. So the Remington's an assault rifle. It was the most popular assault rifle, but in public matches, the most popular assault rifle seems to be the AK-12. A lot of people like it. I'm not sure if it's technically the most popular in public matches, but it does seem like a lot of people like the AK-12, so I think a lot of you are probably surprised that maybe the AK-12 didn't make it onto my list here of what I saw at MLG Columbus. So the reason pro players favor the R5 Remington over the AK-12, which is super popular for pubs, is because the damage drop-off for the R5 Remington starts and finishes 30% further than the damage drop-off for the AK-12. That means that the R5 Remington's bullets, while starting off weaker, which you could probably tell just by using it, that the bullets are weaker when they first start off, they actually carry better than the AK-12's bullets, so they do damage better over a distance. The R5 Remington also has a reload time that's 25% faster than that of the AK-12, and on top of all that, the R5 Remington features a 12% lower horizontal recoil and 20% less downwards recoil than the AK-12, so all around pretty much less recoil, and the recoil actually centers faster, so when it does jut out to the side quickly, it gets back to where it started faster than it does with the AK-12. So as a quick summary of this comparison between the R5 Remington and the AK-12, the AK-12 is an assault rifle that has properties similar to that of an SMG. So while it's obviously still an assault rifle, it kind of explains why it's so popular for public matches, because you don't have the luxury of professional teammates calling out the enemy's locations and getting your back to make sure that you don't have to deal with any close range engagements when you're using an assault rifle. There's a lot more teamwork that is just not an option in an average public match. So I guess that could explain why the AK-12 is so popular in public matches and not in competitive. While alternatively, the R5 Remington can be described as more of a true assault rifle because it kind of sucks at close range, but it really excels at medium to longer ranges because of the smaller damage drop-off. Like I was talking about, the bullets carry better over a distance. So it's not really a one-man army type of gun. You can't do it all yourself with the R5 Remington as easy as you could with the AK-12, But if you are working in like a good teamwork environment with obviously professional players in this case, the R5 really shines. So now for the last few minutes of this video, let's talk about the Mtar, which I said was the most popular weapon overall at MLG Columbus this weekend. It's an SMG, which is incredible that an SMG can perform this well at medium to long ranges. And in this video, I'm using the Mtar with a muzzle brake attachment, so that means it's actually 3 shots to kill for a little bit longer than it usually would be. So usually the Mtar is 3 shots to kill or 4 shots to kill at longer ranges. But with the muzzle brake attachment, it increases the range of the 3-shot kill. So you'll notice I'm getting kills a little bit faster at longer ranges in this video. But anyway, so just so you know that I'm using the muzzle brake here. So what the Mtar does is it basically bridges the gap between an SMG and an assault rifle. Like I said, the AK-12 is kind of like more on the SMG end of the assault rifles class. The Mtar is kind of on the assault rifle end of the SMG's class. So it does really well in Call of Duty Ghosts because I'm sure you guys know a lot of the maps are kind of big, and you do get into a lot of situations where somebody is a little bit out of range for the average SMG, and this really bridges that gap. It does a really good job of that, and it actually outperforms a lot of assault rifles at medium ranges and even sometimes long ranges because it's the 4-shot kill, whereas some assault rifles are more shots to kill than that. But anyways, the Mtar is a popular gun in competitive Call of Duty for a good reason. I mean, the 3 to 4 shot kill, and it has a way better time to kill at long distance than all of the other SMGs by a long shot, and like I said, even some assault rifles. So that's what really makes a great competitive gun, when you can really hold your own at close distances, and you can also put up a fight at longer distances with an SMG. That's really the characteristics that's always made a good competitive gun in Call of Duty. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I put a lot of effort into compiling all this information and getting everything together for this video. If you could take 2 seconds to hit that like button, I would really appreciate it. Let's see if we can get this video to 1,000 likes. That would be amazing. If you're new around here and you made it all the way to the end of this video and you enjoyed this, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow with a new video. Peace.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts.